As they grid, it's going to be Giancarlo and Juho on the front row, Harry and Jason Wahlberg on the second row, Avery Walker and Mike Dolling on the third row, Scott Nalawi and Martin Johnson on the fourth row, Ray Bartnowski and Adam Barker rounding out the top 10. Then Maximilian Gunther and Gregorio Caridi, 11th and 12th. 13th is going to be Mike Marshall, and Janet Gunther is in 14th, another new driver. Ryan Snyder in 15th, Dylan Steinbach in 16th, McMullet McCready in 17th, Ed Schilling in 18th, Ronnie is in 19th, and Fareed in 20th, Christian Erebus rounding out the field. 21 cars on what is a very tight track. All right, everybody take a deep breath, because once they get going, this is going to get chaotic. Looks like we're just waiting on 3 or 4 drivers to take to the grid. There you see him popping in there at the back. Interesting to note that 3 of the 5 Lamborghinis are starting in the top 5. Giancarlo, Harry, and Jason all in first, third, and fourth, all in Lamborghinis. Then you've got 2 of the Audis, Avery Walker and Mike Dolling, 5th and 6th. Another Audi of Adam Barker in 10th. And another Lambo of Martin Johnson, who just disappeared from the track. I'm not sure if that was a connection issue or if he hopped out of the car. Ryan Snyder also not gridding here. So we got 2 cars that at minimum will be starting on pit road, Martin Johnson and Ryan Snyder. Pace car is in. Out of the final turn they go, and green flag in the air. And Giancarlo down and away, but looking mid-pack as they go off into turn number 1. Adam Barker, one of those drivers that took on the Petit Le Mans just this morning. Giancarlo clears the pack. It's 2 by 2 all the way back. A couple of cars having issues. Nope, I stand corrected. Ryan Snyder does come off pit road. And everybody staying single file. Juho now in 3rd. Jason Wahlberg up to 4th. And there you see it as they come down that long straightaway into turn 3. And now's when things might start getting exciting. Until they get these tires warmed up, they're coming through what is the slickest part of the track. Looked like Ray Bartnowski had a little problem coming through the horseshoe there. Managed to hold on to it though. One of the few BMWs in the field. Giancarlo has begun to open up his lead already, over 1 second before they've even completed the first lap. That is the advantage of having that front row starting spot. Down towards the end of the track, just the left-handed 180, then the right-handed 180, and then the start-finish line. And Harry's actually starting to try and claw back some time here. He came through this section a lot quicker and has picked up a couple tenths of a second. We'll see if Giancarlo can continue to pull away. Single file through a lot of the field now. As they come down to complete lap number 1. And Fareed has already picked up 5 spots after starting in 20th. See if we've got any other. Adam Barker, who again just completed the Petit Le Mans. He is up 3 spots, so I don't think his lack of sleep and as much time as he's had in the car, I don't think it's hurting him at all. Commentator's nightmare indeed. This is going to get a bit exciting. I'm more curious about the pit stops once those begin, and Avery Walker is heading off track. Looks like he may have just gotten too wide there and got a little bit of a time penalty. I did not see him go actually off track or have any issues. All right, so it is still Giancarlo out front, Harry in second, Yuho in third, Jason Wahlberg in fourth, Avery Walker still holding on to fifth. Yeah, he is going really wide through that section. That might be part of it, although you did hear him say. And Harry, oh my goodness, Harry is turned around. Let's see if we can see what happened here. It looked like he might have just gotten on the brakes too hard. Oh no, he got back on the gas too hard. Yuho gets by cleanly, but Harry loses a lot of track position. Actually, Harry drops all the way back to 19th place, and Ronnie just had an incident. Let's go take a look and see. He is still going. Probably just went wide through that final turn. And still very impressed with Ronnie, as he is, as we've mentioned week in and week out, he's driving with that quad stick and does an amazing job with it. Yuho now up to second, Jason Wahlberg in third, Avery Walker is in fourth, and Mike Dolling up to fifth. And again, Adam Barker is a car we're going to be watching closely this morning, because after doing a 24-hour race, he's now up to sixth place after starting in 10th. So he continues marching toward the front, but Ray Bartanowski right behind him. He seems to have that car pretty dialed in. One of the only 3 BMWs in the field. Giancarlo just ran his fastest lap last time by. It was a 1:45.37. The next fastest lap was by Yuho, a 1:46.84. 1.5 seconds slower than Giancarlo. Giancarlo came into today with a 13-point lead in the points after just 2 races. So he continues to be the car to beat here. Looking further back as they all head down the front straightaway. This is some of the little bit of altitude change here as they go downhill through this whole section until they get down into the bottom. Yuho really pushing the track limit. He was, as they come down that section, they're really pushing the track limits. And Ronnie has had an incident. Let's see what happened. Looks like he was struggling getting up off, and he is stopped on the track. And Ronnie did tow to the pits. Not sure what happened there. We'll see if we can get word from Ronnie here in a bit. Giancarlo has opened up his lead to 4 seconds after 3 laps. If he continues this pace, he will actually catch up with a large portion of the field before the before green flag stops happen. Yuho currently in second place, has a long way to go here. Jason Wahlberg in third, Avery Walker in fourth, Mike Dolling in fifth, Adam Barker in sixth. And let's check on some of our newcomers. Janet Gunther currently running in 16th, started in 14th. He is just trying to make his way forward. One of the 3 BMWs in the field today. The other one, of course, Dylan Steinbach in the BMW, and a little bit of slip out of Dylan there. And Ray Bartnowski, the highest running BMW, currently in 7th place. And would you look at this? 4th, 5th, and 6th are Audis. Everybody said that these Audis seem to have a little bit more front bite for this track and rotate a lot better through the center of the corner. And actually, 4 Audis in the top 10, with Gregorio Caridi currently up to 9th. And the other Audi in the field, the 5th Audi, is back in 12th. That is the most dominant manufacturer right now. You've got a Lambo in 1st and 3rd. 4th, 5th, and 6th are Audis. 9th is Audi, and 12th place is Audi. Then you've got a Porsche in 2nd, 8th, 10th, and 11th. So the Audi's definitely playing out. Of course, the Lamborghinis, you'd kind of think they would handle pretty similarly, considering they're made by Audi. Avery Walker starting to make his way forward, now up to 3rd place. And let's see how he made that pass, because he continues to march his way forward. And he got the inside line through the first horseshoe and just went away, just kind of drove away there. And as we've seen the last 2 weeks, Giancarlo just marching away from the field here. Now 4.3 second lead over Yuho in 2nd. Avery now in 3rd, trying to run down Yuho. He is 2.2 seconds back and closing. And Yuho in the Porsche, it looks like that back end is sliding around a lot here today. Scott Malawi, another one of the Porsches, as the BMW in front of him goes really wide. Let's watch how he comes through this next section. He is being a lot more careful back on throttle, and being a lot more careful in the center of the corner. Takes a little bit different angle than everybody else, just trying to keep that back end planted. I did notice in practice that several of the Porsches just get a little bit too tail happy, especially getting on throttle. This track is a bit slippery. Let's do a quick check. Remember, during qualifying, the track temperature 114 degrees. It's dropped to 111. So these guys will have a little bit more grip, but not a lot. Avery's lost a little bit of ground on Yuho. Jason right there with him. And remember, while these battles are going on track, even though it's week number 3, the points battles have gotten extremely close, especially from 5th to 10th. Adam Barker in 5th place with 26 points. Then Maximilian Gunther, Scott Malawi, and Ronnie Wimberly all tied for 6th place with 23 points. Gregorio Caridi in 9th with 22 points, and Eric McCready in 10th with 21 points. Just 5 points separating the 5th through 10th spots. And looking to see if Mike Dolling is starting to close in on Jason just a little bit. Jason Wahlberg in 4th, Mike Dolling in 5th. 1.7 second gap between them right now. Coming off the final turn down the front straightaway, the Lambo probably has a bit of an advantage on the straightaways. And he does. It's almost 2 seconds when they get down into turn 1. And Adam Barker already looking to the inside of turn 1. Can't quite get there yet. And Ray Bartanowski, Scott Nalawi right there waiting for an opportunity. Meanwhile, Giancarlo continues to check out. Actually, he has hit a 4.3 second lead, 4.4 second lead, and seems to have just sit into a rhythm here. Probably trying to save the car, not push too hard. He knows he's got a big lead. He's done this in weeks past where he reaches a certain point, gets X amount of seconds ahead. Once he feels comfortable in his lead, he just takes it a little bit easier, stays consistent, and just rides for a little bit, knowing that he's got the lead secured. Avery Walker not making any ground up on Yuho yet. And Mike Dolling not making up any ground yet on Jason Wahlberg, but he might be about to lose that spot because Adam Barker is all over the back bumper. He's going to go to the inside through the horseshoe. They touch. They both go around. And it stacks up behind him. Barker gets moving again. Several cars involved. And we've got more cars. McCready goes off. All right, let's try and get a different angle and see everything that happened and everybody that got caught there. And you see Adam just dives it in there. Looked like Dolling didn't know he was there and made the move down. Ray Bartanowski gets caught in that. As they both spin around, Ray has to check completely up, tries to avoid it. Scott Nalawi also getting caught in the Porsche. There you see it, and Nalawi almost cleared it. He'll have minimal damage, but a lot of cars involved. Mike Dolling has gone to pit road. And that just changed up the top 10 dramatically. So Giancarlo still in the lead. Yuho still in second. Avery Walker still in third. Jason Wahlberg in fourth. Gregorio Caridi has now managed to move up to fifth. Mike Marshall is sixth. Maximilian Gunther is seventh. Adam Barker is eighth. Dylan Steinbach is ninth. And Ray Bartanowski, the first one out of that cleanly, is in 10th. And what a change in position. Scott Nalawi currently running in 11th. Let's see where we saw McCready get caught after the initial incident. Let's show you what happened to McCready real quick. Obviously, he drops down to the low side, but gets a push off and bounces off Nalawi. And loses a lot of ground as well. Mike Dolling now back in 18th. Adam Barker still has managed to make up a little bit of ground as he slings that car around. He is now back up into 8th. And so already starting to recover some positions here. But the question is, this early in the race, you obviously have a lot of time to make up some ground here, but how much can he make up? He is going to have perfect laps, fast laps, and he's going to have a perfect pit stop just past halfway if he's going to have any chance of getting up here and competing for the win. Giancarlo way out front. Yuho now almost 5 seconds behind. Avery Walker 2.5 seconds back. He has not gained or lost anything on Yuho. Jason Wahlberg in fourth actually has lost a little bit of ground, now 1.7 seconds back from Avery. And Gregorio Caridi, who was the first car to come through that incident and managed to keep the car the right way, he moved up to fifth, but he is 8.3 seconds behind Jason in fourth and 17.5 seconds back from Giancarlo in the lead. And now we have to watch closely. Adam Barker was extremely fast in practice. He was extremely fast in the race so far. He had already picked up several spots, and now he has to start all over again. He started in 10th. He was making a pass in the top 5 when the incident occurred. Now he's back to 8th and has a long way to go. Giancarlo out front, and as he comes to the start-finish line, let's see. Let's watch some of his speeds, and then it'll be interesting to look and see how Adam Barker does. Down the front stretch, gets to about 148 before he gets on the brakes for turn number 1. Downhill this first part of the track. Very slow, down around 60 miles an hour, and then the little bit of a kink, and then he starts back up the hill. Over 130 miles an hour before the left-hander, now slowing down for the first 180-degree turn. Now down into the chicane, and surprisingly on the first lap, we did not see any significant incidents through that first chicane. We have not actually seen any incidents through that chicane yet, which comes as a bit of a surprise. I really expected to see some in the first few laps. Back downhill as he comes to the last portion of the track. Excuse me. The final left-hander, then the right-hand 180-degree turn to the front straightaway. Getting back on the throttle, and almost 150 miles an hour at the end of the straightaway. Now further back, as Adam Barker starts to try and make his way back towards the front. He is coming through the final section of the track, and we have heard these Audis are faster in the turns, especially the tight turns. They roll through better. You can get back on the throttle a little bit quicker. Adam Barker sends it a bit wide as he gets on the throttle. Down the front straightaway, 140. 145, 150. He's going just a little bit faster, looks to the inside and can't get there yet. Maximilian Gunther definitely knows that Adam Barker is right there. He keeps sticking the nose in. He's looking to the inside here. Back on throttle. And just slings that car around the track. A lot more lean out of the cars this week than what we usually see. A little bit more travel in the suspension, it appears. And it does look like Adam Barker is carrying a bit more speed. Of course, he is pushing a lot harder than Giancarlo is right now, trying to regain ground. You can see he is Adam Barker definitely pushing the Hello Kitty car to its absolute limits. And down through the final section of the track, the big left-hander, then the big right-hander, then back to the front straightaway for Adam Barker. And it does appear through those last two turns, he does carry a bit more speed than Giancarlo. Scott Malawi is on pit road. And it is a bit early for a pit stop. Some of these guys are not going to be. It looks like Ronnie might be out of the race. And it looks like Martin Johnson, we saw him disappear from the race at the grid. He is not taken to the track, so Christian Erebus is out. McMullet McCready is still showing on pit road. Mike Doling is back out on track. He is currently in 17th. McCready might be done, so we've got 3-4 drivers that might actually be done. Mullet McCready, Christian Erebus, Ronnie, and Martin Johnson. 17 cars still on the lead lap, though, as we approach halfway. And Giancarlo has pushed it a little bit the last couple of laps and opened his lead to almost 6 seconds now. Adam Barker, as he continues his march back to the front, he is now 1.3 seconds behind Mike Marshall. Mike Marshall all over the back bumper of Gregorio Caridi. Jason Wahlberg currently in 4th. He is 9 seconds ahead of this battle. 5 seconds behind Avery Walker in 3rd. Avery has started to close the gap a little bit on Yuho. It was 2.5 seconds a couple of laps ago. It is now down to 1.5 and closing quickly. Inside Avery's car, down through the chicane, looking to see where he's picking up the most speed on this Porsche ahead of him. And it looks through the tighter sections of the track, the Audi just gets through the turns center off a lot better. The Porsche, as we've noted at the last couple of weeks, seems to get into those turns better, but at this track, at least, the Audi up off the corner is a lot faster. Let's see as they come to the front straightaway. You hear him feathering the gas, just making sure it doesn't push it too hard. Down through the right-hander. Hits the DRS sign and takes off again. And gonna see if I can get a word with McCready here. It appears that I just missed the opportunity to get to talk to Eric McCready. I am, however, sending a message over to Ronnie Wimberly to see if we can talk to him and find out what happened. So we'll see here in a moment if we can get a word with Ronnie Wimberly. Meanwhile, Giancarlo way out front. Now we are reaching the point where we're going to start seeing some green flag pit stops. Looks like Ray Bartanowski is really the first one to come to pit road. We mentioned Scott Nawawi was on pit road a few laps ago. Ray Bartanowski, the first driver to hit pit road at about the halfway point. We've seen Giancarlo the last few weeks stretch it to about 27, 26 minutes to go before he hits pit road. We'll be watching the pit stop strategy closely here. Ryan Snyder also coming to pit road. Adam Barker, now in 7th, has caught right up to the back bumper of both Mike Marshall and Gregorio Caridi. Things are about to heat up. This is the battle for 5th and 6th place, as Adam Barker in 7th, Mike Marshall in 6th, Gregorio. Oh my goodness, they go around, both of them. Let's see if they got together. And I think, let's try the cockpit view from Mike Marshall's car first, and then Adam Barker's. It sounds like he got a little bit of a hit there. Oh, and Ronnie Wimberly joined us in the booth, so I am really curious. You didn't have an incident. It did not look like you had any problems, and you suddenly had to stop. What happened?
I just didn't have time to finish the race today. I'm about to leave, so I just got out early in case I'd made a mistake. I didn't want to ruin anyone's race or anything.
10-4. Well, it was good to see you on track, buddy, and hopefully you'll be able to stay in contention during the rest of the season.
Well, we have some drop weeks, so hopefully.
Well, good luck, and I'm sure we'll be talking to you again next week, man.
Okay, cool. You have a good one, man.
All right, you too, Ronnie.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, Ronnie Wimberly, and check out his Twitch channel, Quad Racing. Definitely an awesome thing to watch him race. And as you heard him say, he dropped out. He knew he was going to have to get out, so he gets out, gets some points, but has drop weeks available if needed. All right, Adam Barker's on pit road. Dylan Adam Barker now coming off pit road. He was actually not on pit road very long. Checking pit stop times. So far, Adam Barker has had one of the fastest ones. We'll have to wait and see how it plays out. A couple of these drivers, Dylan Steinbach and Mike Dolling, both have very long pit stops. Now, Adam Barker probably just got a repair, topped off on fuel, and took off as here comes another car. That's Ray Bartanowski. And he goes wide in turn one. This is what I was talking about, how interesting it's going to be to watch. The pit road exit here, extremely tricky. There you see it comes down. You see the blue cone, and that line is when they can merge. But you see a car turning there. The cars are turning, setting up and turning into turn 1 right there. So that definitely can cause some chaos as the race goes on. Now, green flag pit stops definitely underway. Farid hit pit road just now. Avery Walker in third has gotten to the back bumper of Yuho. Once pit stops cycle through, it'll be interesting to see where Adam Barker comes out. He's been involved in a couple of incidents already today, and it is worth mentioning, I don't think we've seen Adam Barker in an incident the last couple of weeks, but you have to wonder if being involved in that 24-hour endurance race is affecting possibly his reflexes or just being flat exhausted behind the wheel of the car. Not being able to react quickly enough could be part of the problem. And Yuho's involved in an incident. Yuho was in second place trying to hold off Walker, and oh, he gets on the brakes too hard. Spins around, gets it going. He manages to stay in third place as that's a... And Yuho takes that opportunity to go to pit road. Giancarlo still out front. Avery Walker now in second, but that is an 11-second lead Giancarlo has. Now, to give you an idea, pit stops from the time they start down pit lane to the time that they get back out on track, clear the blue cone, so far have been ranging in about the 44-second time frame. His 11-second lead is 1/4 of that pit stop time. So once these other guys start their pit stops, things are going to get a little bit interesting. And we have seen Giancarlo make up a ton of ground on pit stops the last couple of weeks. So we'll be watching closely for when Giancarlo hits pit road. Plus the fact that his lead is so big right now, he'll continue to lap cars if they have a slower stop than him. Does he stop this time? No, Giancarlo stays out. Avery Walker in second place. He's got 5 seconds over third place Jason Wahlberg. He does not come in. Fourth place, let's see if Jason Wahlberg did not come in. Fourth place, Gregorio Caridi, who has not been to pit road. The top 8 have not been to pit road yet. And hey, shout out to newcomer there in the BMW. That is Janik Gunther, saving some fuel. Hasn't been in contention for positions much today, but saving fuel, running a good strategy move here. And he is currently running in 10th, but he'll pick up some spots. He'll have a quicker pit stop than most of these guys just because he won't have to take as much fuel. That could definitely come into play here at the last half of the race. He could, in his rookie race here, could have a 10th place, top 10 finish. Giancarlo coming through the chicane, almost 12 seconds ahead of Avery Walker now. Jason Wahlberg, and remember, this is the 1-2 in points. Giancarlo leading the points, Avery Walker in second. If they finish as they're running right now, Giancarlo will extend his lead even further. Quick update on the guys involved in some of the incidents earlier. Adam Barker has been to pit road, currently running in 12th. Mike Dolling has been to pit road, currently running in 13th. And Martin Johnson, Ronnie Wimberly, Christian Erebus, and McMullet McCready all out of the race. Yuho back up off of pit road, currently running in 9th place. And Harry right in front of him in the Lambo. And here's another one for you. Ed Schilling has not been to pit road yet, but he has that Mercedes up to 7th place now. The lone Mercedes in the field. And he stays out another lap. And boy, those Mercedes just sound mean. All right, Harry comes to pit road from 9th place. So Janet Gunther moving up to 9th now. Harry back to 10th. Scott Malawi, who was involved in an incident earlier, he is now in 11th. He has completed his pit stop. We saw him come to pit road after that incident in the second to last turn. "21 minutes left. How much further does Giancarlo, Avery Walker, Jason Wahlberg, how much further do they go?" That answers that, as the leader is coming to pit road. 11.5 second lead. Now, does Avery Walker follow him in? And I do believe we'll see all the top cars that have not pitted on pit road. Jason Wahlberg dives down pit road. Gregorio Caridi a bit further back. Here comes Caridi. And he dives to pit road as well. Adam Barker, another incident. Coming through the fast uphill section and just clips too much of the apron there. The car spins hard into the wall. Let's see if we can get a look at the front end. And yeah, he has some significant damage on the left front of that car. And it looks like we've got all the lead lap cars now on pit road. And now here you see how they have to come off pit road. If there's a car coming down the front straightaway, things can get very, very dicey there. And look at this. Mike Marshall has picked up 2nd place. Oh, he has not been to pit road yet. And actually right on the back bumper of Giancarlo. Giancarlo still out front. Mike Marshall, I don't know how much fuel he said. He's been in the top 5, top 10 all night long. I don't know how he saved the fuel to stretch further than everybody else, but he will likely have the shortest pit stop of everybody. We have seen a couple of drivers so far this season miscalculate on fuel. Hopefully Mike Marshall does not make the same mistake, but if he has stretched his fuel this far, remember, a couple minutes, a couple laps longer. Now Mike Marshall gives up 2nd place to come to pit road. Meanwhile, Giancarlo continues in the lead, and 2nd place should come back to Avery Walker here in a moment, who is 13 seconds back from Giancarlo now. Yuo back in 3rd after he snapped loose and lost a couple spots, went to pit road. He is now back up in 3rd place. Looking at the pit times for everybody, Giancarlo had his entire pit lane time was 47.75. So now it's going to be watching Mike Marshall closely, because he is already on his way off of pit road. He might beat that time. 46.87. His strategy definitely paying off here. He had the fastest time on pit road. currently running in 8th place after that stop. His pit stop was actually 3 seconds faster than Maximilian Gunther and a second faster than anybody else on track. 2 seconds faster than most everybody. He is the only person that had a pit lane time of under 47 seconds. Scott Nalawi had 47.97. Giancarlo had 47.75, so he picked up over a second on pit road. Definitely to his benefit. He is now 2.7 seconds back from Maximilian Gunther. And while Maximilian and Scott Nalawi are battling, he should be able to pick up a little bit of ground here. Avery Walker now is in second place, has a 3-second lead over Yuho. Yuho has a 4.7 second lead over Jason Wahlberg, and Jason has a 16-second lead over Gregorio Caridi. Gregorio 3.4 seconds over Gregorio 3.4 seconds over Nalawi, and Nalawi and Gunther nose to tail. Mike Marshall 2.2 seconds back now. He is picking up steam. Mike Dulling another 8 seconds back, and Ed Schilling, the lone Mercedes, back in 10th place, 5.2 seconds back. All right, lap times are currently around 146.7 for our leader. Here's an interesting note. Last time by, Avery Walker was over half a second faster than the leader. Actually, Avery, Yuho, and Jason were all half a second faster than the leader, but they are still 12.5 seconds back. In 15 minutes, probably not enough time to gain ground, but Gregorio definitely throwing it through those corners. And let's take a look at the manufacturers as they run. Right now it is Lamborghini, Audi, Porsche, Lambo, Audi. 6th, 7th, and 8th is Porsche. 9th is Audi. And 10th is the lone Mercedes. No BMWs in the top 10. Neither Ferrari in the top 10 either. Actually, it appears both Ferraris, Farid and Ronnie, now both out of the race. And now it actually looks like 16 cars remain in the race. And all 16 are on the lead lap. But the lap times... Dylan Steinbach in 16th place is 1 minute 31 behind leader Giancarlo, excuse me, and at a 146 second lap, that could it's going to be tough at this point for Dylan to stay on the lead lap, but with 13 minutes left to go, you never know. Plus, we have seen when Giancarlo gets to lap cars late in the race, he does not force the issue. He waits for the opportunity or waits for them to move. A great strategist when it comes to these races. Janet Gunther had an issue. Looks like Janet just went a little bit wide there. And good save. We talked about Janik earlier. He was working his way up into the top 10. He is now in 13th place. His first run with the NSS boys and not doing too shabby. 13th out of 21 cars. He is definitely showing he deserves to be here. He's definitely got some speed out there. Looks like he has been struggling late in this race. His last couple of laps have not been as consistent as the first ones, but still quite fast. And Dylan Steinbach has had an incident. And the same thing we saw from Adam Barker earlier. Just gets up off that corner. So you try and carry so much more momentum through there and get into the... If you hit the rumble strips wrong, your car will go around. Fortunately, he hits on the foam barrier there, so not as much damage. Definitely not as much as what Adam Barker had. Yeah, that car definitely came out of it a lot better than what Adam Barker's car did. And speaking of Adam, let's check on him after a couple of incidents throughout the race, currently running in 14th. And it looks like he has not been to pit road to repair that car. Looks like pretty insignificant aero damage on the left front. Although he gets a little bit of a push there through turn one, couldn't get the front end to bite. Ryan Snyder on pit road again. Looking to see if Ryan had an issue that might have needed to go in for a repair. Not seeing anything. Ryan Snyder back up off pit road. It was a quick pit stop. I'm guessing he might have had an off track, ran into a wall or something. Just enough damage that something didn't feel right. He hit pit road. Giancarlo way out front, 12.2 seconds, and he is coasting now as second place Avery Walker, third place Yuho, and fourth place Jason Wahlberg have all consistently been faster than the leader the last few laps. And let's go check out this battle for sixth place. Scott Nalawi in sixth. Mike Marshall in seventh. Remember, Marshall had the shortest amount of time on pit road, currently running in seventh. They had gotten past Maximilian Gunther. Mike Marshall definitely capitalizing on that quick pit stop. Last time by, he was faster. Oh, Harry is in a wreck. And it's the same thing we've seen from several drivers here tonight. The coming through that little kink uphill, trying to carry as much speed as possible, catch the rumble strips on the outside and go around. Harry now back to 11th place. Ed Schilling still in 10th. Ray Bartanowski has faded back. He is now back in 12th place. He was a top 10 car most of the night. He is now 9 seconds behind Harry in 11th, and Harry another 9 seconds behind Ed Schilling. And Giancarlo coming through the chicane, currently in the lead, and his lead is shrinking as Avery Walker is closing in, but that lead is still right at 12 seconds. And Yuho not far behind in third. Wahlberg in fourth, Caridi in fifth. Nalawi and Marshall continue battling. I do have to say, the Porsches seem to be able to get up on those rumble strips and be a lot more stable through that kink, because we've seen several other manufacturers hit that and just go around. But these Porsches hit it through that section, and it's not seeming to upset the car nearly as bad. Comes as a bit of a surprise. The Porsche's generally a bit on the tail happy side. Janet Gunther currently running in 12th. He has picked up a couple of spots here. And looks like he is closing in a little bit on Ray Bartnowski. But he has got Adam Barker all over the back bumper. Adam currently running in 13th, trying to recover some of what he lost earlier in the race. I am guessing that this will end up being one of Adam Barker's drop races for the season. Let's see which one gets through. BMW versus Audi as Adam Barker continues. It looks like Adam actually was able mid-corner to just kind of point that thing and get on the gas. Just not able to get enough momentum here yet, but we've seen Adam pick up a lot of ground on this long straightaway set up for turn one. Can he do it this time? He is definitely closing in. He jumps down to the inside. Can't get enough of a run yet, can he? He sticks the nose in through turn one. He's side by side. And oh, the BMW just has a little bit more room to run and pulls back out front. You expect a battle like this for first and second, but 12th and 13th, they are putting on one heck of a show. Janik, the rookie, and Adam Barker, the senior driver in the league, they are definitely fighting it out every single inch of this track. Where will Adam Barker set up the next pass? He's going way wide into the chicane, carrying more momentum off. Right on the back bumper. Does he dive to the inside? Not yet. And you see the way that Audi changes direction so much better. But that BMW just seems to get up off the corner a little bit better. Although it's not a significant difference that we've seen in past weeks. In weeks past at other tracks, that BMW just seems to shoot up off the corner. Now Adam Barker looks to the outside. I'm betting Adam Barker is setting up for a run into one on this one. In the weeks past, as I was saying, the BMW has been the one to watch off the turns and can dominate every car up off the turn, but it looks like the Audis are running with them, with this track being a little bit slicker. Giancarlo out front. He comes around. He's got just over 4 minutes left to go. As he crosses the start-finish line, his lead 11 3/4 seconds. Avery Walker in second, Yuho in third, Jason in fourth, Gregorio Caridi in fifth, Scott Nalawi in sixth, Mike Marshall currently seventh, Maximilian Gunther now in eighth, Mike Dolling in ninth, and Ed Schilling, the lone Mercedes, in 10th. Ray Bartnowski in 11th. 12th is Adam Barker. Janik Gunther in 13th and Harry in 14th. It looks like Adam Barker did finally make that pass. Let's see how he did it. And yep, kind of figured he'd set it up into one, dives down, hits the apex, gets back on the gas. It looks like Janik might have missed the corner just a little bit, fighting a little too hard to keep him behind him. But now Adam Barker is about 5 seconds behind Ray Bartnowski. Does not look like he's going to pick up any more positions. There is the battle going on for 6th place still. Scott Nalawi. And actually, Gregorio Caridi right in front of him in 5th. He is about 1.5 seconds ahead of Nalawi. Nalawi right in front of Mike Marshall. Mike Dolling went to pit road last time by. A quick stop, I'm guessing, for repairs. And that moves Ray Bartanowski into 10th, Ed Schilling up to 9th, and Maximilian Gunther up to 8th. And how about Ed Schilling in the Mercedes? Started in 18th up to 9th place, the lone Mercedes. We've not seen a Mercedes really in the top 10 much since the last season. But, man, he is definitely making that Mercedes work today. Back up with this battle for 5th place, Gregorio Caridi. Still about 1 second ahead of Nalawi and Mike Marshall. Mike Marshall capitalizing on stretching that fuel as far as he can. Not only did that give him the shortest pit stop, he's carrying the least amount of weight after the pit stops, and that gives him the speed advantage as well. He has capitalized on that and picked up several spots, and now in contention for a top 5 here. But with a minute left, these guys are going to have to get busy. All right. Giancarlo crosses the start-finish line. He will get the 1 to go. No, he gets the white flag this time. Avery Walker in 2nd, picking up the white flag. Yuho in 3rd. Jason Wahlberg in 4th. And then 20 seconds back from them is the 3-car battle for 5th. Currently, Gregorio Caridi in 5th, Scott Nalawi in 6th, and Mike Marshall in 7th. And here's an interesting note for you. A few minutes ago, Maximilian Gunther was over 10 seconds behind this 3-car battle. He is now closed to 7 seconds. He has been charging forward. White flag is in the air. Gregorio Caridi just has to hold him off one more time, but Nalawi is right there on the bumper. Mike Marshall right there with him as well. Not seeing any move to set up for a pass yet. Although Nalawi carries a ton of speed that time. Oh, a power move to block. Everybody way up on the rumble strips, carrying every inch of speed. Here we go. Nalawi's looking to the inside. Giancarlo pulls off the win by a big margin. Giancarlo for the win. Avery Walker coming down, he will take 2nd place. Yuho will finish in 3rd. Jason Wahlberg 4th, and Caridi now has to fight him off in 5th. Coming through the final section of track, and Nalawi is all over the place looking for somewhere to pass. Coming down to the final 2 corners. Will Nalawi dive in? He doesn't do it here. Will he do it in the final corner? Looks like Mike Marshall might be out of this one. Final corner, and Nalawi is not going to do anything with him. Caridi comes home in 5th. Nalawi in 6th. Mike Marshall 7th. Maximilian Gunther 8th. Ed Schilling will finish in 9th. Mike Dolling in 10th. And newcomer Janet Gunther almost gets that top 10. He's going to come home in 11th. All right, let's see if we can get a word with Giancarlo. Hey, Giancarlo, it's Doug. You got me?
Hey, Doug.
Hey, should we start pre-recording these race win interviews? I mean, it's becoming habitual.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good race. I think that the qualifying was exceptionally important on this track. It's really hard to follow and especially to pass. So starting off out front definitely helped a lot. I think behind me there was a few instances of a few issues. So thankfully I was able to escape those.
Yeah, it looked like early on you weren't actually pulling away very much, and then about halfway through the first lap, everybody gets single file behind you, and for whatever reason, at that point, you just kind of took off. And actually, once you got out to a 5 second lead, it seems like you were just maintaining it.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. This car is especially squirrely on cold tires, and so really lap one is always take it very cautiously. And then once everything kind of gets up to all the tires get heat in them, and I find my rhythm, then it's just lap after lap, find the same pace and see what you can do.
Well, you came into today with a 13-point lead, and now that is going to extend. That's got to be a comforting feeling in case you come across any problems later in the season.
Absolutely, I'm looking forward to the upcoming races.
All right, man. Well, congratulations on another race win, and look forward to talking to you next week, man.
You too. Have a good one.
All right, your winner, Giancarlo. Let's see if we can get a word with Avery Walker here. Avery, it's Doug. You got me?
Oh, yeah, I got you.
Hey, man. Do you need missiles or something on the front of your car to shoot him down?
Giancarlo?
Yeah.
Yeah, geez, that man he is so tough to beat. Yeah, I mean, he's not only super fast, but also super consistent. So I don't know what I got to do to get him.
Well, I have to tell you, the last couple of races, after pit stops, you actually start gaining on him, and gaining pretty consistently. If it's just that he gets so far out front on the first part of the race that it's hard to catch back up.
Yeah, he was saying that he thought he used too much of his tires at the beginning, and they had dropped off, whereas mine still felt pretty good.
Well, you definitely put on a show, man. You and the other Audis, but especially you, when you come through the tighter sections of the track, it looked like you were just, it almost looked like you were throwing it around like a dirt car. I mean, it just, the way that you were able to throw it through corners and make it stick, the body lean, everything, it just looked like dirt track racing on road.
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't know if it came across on camera. I guess it sounds like it did, but half the time you have a little bit of like a drift going on in the Audi through some of those turns. It was hard work in VR, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I have to ask, how's the VR working out for you so far?
It's great. The only thing is really after the pit stop, the VR started getting really uncomfortable. So I gotta look into what caused that, but was able to bring it home.
Well, congratulations, man. Another second place finish, and hopefully you'll be able to get up there and beat Giancarlo next week.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, let's see. See if we can get a word with Yuho. Hey, Yuho, it's Doug. You got me?
Yeah, I got you. Good day.
Hey, man. Great run today, and I've got to say it was a bit surprising seeing you back in the Porsche, but you definitely put on quite a show being the fastest Porsche out there.
Yeah, well, that was, as I said to the guys, that was the only car I had a setup for, so I didn't choose the Porsche, it chose me. So that's how it goes.
That is how it goes sometimes. Now I have to ask you the Porsche, while the Audis and the Lambos were obviously seemed to be the fastest today, the Porsche, you seem to be able to go a little bit wider in places we were seeing other cars spin off, like coming uphill through the kink early in the fourth or fifth corner there. A lot of the other cars were spinning off there. You were going full onto it and not having any issues. Like the Porsche seemed to be the most stable.
Yeah, it was quite nice to drive. So the temperature of the track was very high. It was 10-15 degrees higher than what I had practiced for. So I started to lose my rear end in the end of the race, I think because of the tires heating up. But otherwise I do find Porsche quite stable on this track. No worries there. But I just, I can't cope with the track, obviously.
Well, you did a heck of a job today. You came in third, and still third in points, I'm going to guess. So congratulations, man.
Yeah, we need to do something to Giancarlo. Okay, come on, this guy is ridiculous. He's so bloody fast and consistent that we need to find some kind of donate him a whiskey bottle before the race or something. But, you know.
maybe you should put him in pre-race inspection and make him miss the start of the race or something. That might do it.
Yeah, that might do it.
All right, man. Good luck. We'll be talking to you next week, buddy.
Thanks. Cheers. Bye.
All right, I wanted to see. And it doesn't look like, it looks like Adam Barker is doing something else. I was going to try and get a word with him, but it looks like he is already busy with something. So I will just say good day. Don't forget to come back tonight at 7:30 Eastern. We will have the VRR Cup Series followed by the Fast and Fun ARCA Series. Cup cars are at Vegas tonight. I just went blank on where the ARCA cars are, but a great night of racing ahead. Tomorrow night we have the Jones BS Leaguing, the 34 Legends, followed on some really short tracks, followed by the Wayland Mods on a variety of tracks. It's going to be a lot of fun, a great week of broadcasting ahead, and a lot more in-car racing, hopefully. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hope you guys had as much fun as I did, and this was definitely a race to remember. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys have a great day.